So today we are going to start a completely new BL story in which we will see two such persons whose pheromone compatibility is completely 0%. They are the ones who run to beat each other the moment they see each other. To the point that their fight even came into the news. Our first main lead is Laz, who is a peach-flavored mega. He is the prettiest boy, intelligent, triple maker, and always ahead in fighting. On the other side, our second main lead is Young, who is an orange-flavored alpha, a handsome university bully boy who, even with injuries on his face, still looks very cool, and he is experienced in eating and also has good physical strength. The families of both of them are business rivals, because of which they have also become natural enemies since childhood. When they used to fight in childhood, their mothers, instead of stopping them, used to instead motivate them even more to fight in the chat room. This question was going on that if an alpha and omega with 0% compatibility are told to stay together forever and date each other, then what will happen? According to this, the match is very rare, so scientifically this is impossible. People were thinking that those two will end up killing each other by fighting. On this, Jan said that in the end, how can I say no to a bite? So I will let him bite me, but Locken started making faces saying all alphas talk like this only. The school had seen with their own eyes those two fighting. Seeing this, their friends were shocked. That does it really happen that Alpha and Omega with 0% match meet? Both of their fights were so intense that it even started getting covered in news. Everyone knew their names along with full details. Evan. Reporters reached outside their hospital rooms. The news was saying that after talking to their parents, we found out that they have been like this since childhood. Although they have a shared history, so their fighting is normal, and among them it was Lou who started the fight. Whoever was watching this news was getting irritated and turned off the TV making a face, because after seeing this news again and again he was getting irritated and started thinking that finally, from tomorrow, school will open. Neither I will have to take leave from school, nor will I have to see that idiot's face. Finally, my life will get some peace. At that moment, his mobile started getting notifications. It was a high school students group which was discussing about tomorrow's opening. Seeing this, he made a face and sent a strange bulb-type emoji telling everyone to shut up. And then when he lay down to rest, he started thinking, what was this? Suddenly he remembered that this morning when he was asleep, he got a call from the class teacher telling that since he is the class top student, he has been made the 10th grade representative. So he will have to give a speech in the opening ceremony. So I am adding you in the school group. Remembering this, he started screaming badly. Oh no, as a representative, how can I send such messages? All of this is that idiot's fault. Because of him, I forgot this, how destructive he is. And quickly, he deleted that emoji. At that moment, he receives the same panda message from the 11th class representative. Seeing this, he felt quite good and immediately added him in his friend list. And also messaged him that, now since we both are outstanding students, we should become friends. We noticed that the 11th class representative had not put any profile picture. He replies, did you just now add me? Do you really know who I am? But Laws says it does not matter. Slowly, both of them start talking a lot. The 11th class representative says, fine. Tomorrow we will meet each other. I hope you do not regret seeing me. But Laws replies, no. Nothing like that will happen. After this, we see the opening ceremony scene where all representatives are on the stage, but the 11th class representative has not arrived yet. There, Laz first asks the boy sitting next to him for help because he has not prepared his speech. He will just say whatever comes to his mind, but that boy also shows that he cannot help after this. He messages the 11th class representative asking, where are you? Why have you not come yet? The replies that my work is finished. I am coming there. Just wait a little, smiling. He is messaging at that moment. The representative introduction starts. Now Law's turn comes, and he starts introducing himself. At that moment, the 11th class representative also arrives. And when he turns and looks at him, he gets completely confused. He is not able to understand what Jan is doing there. Meaning he had been talking to Jan all this time in messages without even knowing who he is. Now finally he thinks he will get rid of Jan and enjoy his school life peacefully. But maybe this was not possible. Now both of them will face each other not. only at home, but also in school. On the stage, Yan is smiling, but inside he has tightly clenched his fist, thinking this idiot fought with me yesterday and today. How can he come in front of me with such an annoying smile? Yan holds his hand and pulls it down from the table so others do not notice his anger. Then smiling, he repeats what he said yesterday. We are outstanding students, so why not become friends? Hearing this, Laz gets angry like fire. He is about to shout at him. Yan quickly moves the mic aside because it is still on and everyone's attention goes to theme. Everyone already knows about their fights, so seeing them together again, they get a little scared, especially all the teachers. They think these two might start fighting again. For a few seconds, the whole hall becomes completely silent to handle the situation. Laz's friends start laughing loudly and say, "This opening ceremony is amazing. Laz, you are very creative on this." Other students also start laughing. On the other side on the stage, Laz is angrily telling Yan to leave his hand. And at the same time, from below, he also steps on his foot and looks at him and says, "Stop doing that." We are in public, but Laz puts his leg between his legs and presses it strongly and says, "Forward, how dare you do this?" Yan also presses his hand tightly. Laz tells him to leave his hand, but Yan refuses. Yan says, "Someone like a problem maker needs to be taught a lesson properly." Both of them are smiling from outside, but inside a very dangerous fight has already started. Laz says, "Leave my hand. I promise I will not create any drug this time." Yan says, "As if I will believe you." At that moment, a reporter clicks their photo seeing this. Both of them immediately leave each other and become serious. Yan says, "Let it go this time. Reporters almost saw us. I do not want to come in news again." Laz also says, "Seriously, whenever I am around you, nothing goes right." He fixes his face and again starts his intro with a light smile. "I am Loz, 10th grade representative, and also this school's freshman. I got very good marks in middle school because of which I am here. And I am completely serious because I am the best." Everyone looks at him. Students get shocked. They start talking that his tone is exactly like that Laz. They knew in high school teachers say he has just saved himself from humiliation, again asking everyone to be quiet. He says with a big smile that people might think I am showing off. But everything I just said is true. I just want to say this. I hope you all enjoy your high school. After hearing this, everyone, including Yan, starts clapping. After this, Yan's turn comes and he gives a very good speech, hearing which all students even get tears in their eyes. Someone says his voice is very good. Someone says he looks very cool. After this, Laz messages him and says it would be better if you stay away from me. Yan replies, "This was just a small accident. I did not do it intentionally." After this, we see Yan going with his friend Lee, where Lee says, "Why do you always miss him? Today also because of you both the stage atmosphere became very tense. I thought you both might start fighting." Yan, smiling while looking at his phone, says he always comes near me and starts fighting himself. Every time I tell him, this will bring trouble for both of us. But he never listens. Look at these messages and tell me what you think. He shows his phone to Lai where Loz is still fighting in messages. Yan replies, "Just one thing, Laz. Now we have become adults. We will stay in this school for a long time. Do you not think it is time to end this fight between us?" But instead of understanding this, Laz gets even more angry and says many bad things. Everyone reading these messages gets shocked and thinks no wonder their match is 0%. Slowly, many articles about them spread in school and group chats. Seeing this, Laz starts crying a little and thinks, whenever I am near him, everything becomes messy. I should not meet him again. After that, he goes to the teacher to take his new uniform. Teacher says, "Sorry, dear, no ready-made uniform is left. Go to student council room next road and give your measurements. They will prepare it." Thanks the teacher and goes to the student council room. When he opens the door, he gets shocked seeing Yan's friends there. They ask, "What are you doing here? Did something happen?" He says, "Teacher sent me here for measurements. Who will volunteer for this?" He shows the measurement tape. Someone says all Omega seniors have gone for lunch, so I do not think I can do this. He thinks, why is he doing this? Does he not know the difference between Alpha and Omega at that moment? And Alpha shouts, calling Yanli says, yes, this is fine because your pheromone compatibility is 0%. So there is no problem. Laz has no idea what they are talking about and also arrives Laz. And Yan, again, meet Yan smiles and says, I told you we will keep bumping into each other. Lee gets worried they might fight again and interrupts Yan, tells Laz that there is no one else here, so you have to do it. Laz tries to leave, saying, I will measure. Myself, the chapter ends here. The story continues, and we see and stops him and says, as student council member, I will do it. Personal and professional feelings should be separate. Everyone else leaves. Yan tells him to remove his uniform jacket so measurement can be accurate. Laz agrees. Yan starts measuring carefully. When he touches him, Laz's body slightly shakes. Yan notices and asks, are you feeling uncomfortable? Laz tries to act normal. Yan says, relax. He notices a scar on Yan's hand from childhood. Laz thinks this scar is still here. Yan asks if he remembers. Laz gets annoyed and says, enough now. Stop talking and do your work. Laz says, fine, turn around. I also need to measure your collar. Yan thinks he gets angry very quickly. He is hesitating while measuring the collar. Laz tells him to hurry up. Neck has pheromone glands. Their patches are used. When Yan sees his patch, he notices there is a doodle on it. He blushes. Yan asks, should I close my eyes? Laz asks, why should you close your eyes? How will you measure then? Yan suddenly gets embarrassed and hits his face. He asks, what is wrong with you? Did I do something wrong? Do you think it is dirty? Maybe Laz has no idea why he is feeling so hesitant. The chapter starts from the same place where Yan was taking Lotsio's measurements. Now he had to measure his collar, but while doing that he was feeling a little hesitant. In the 10th grade Alpha physical class, the teacher had seriously told them that Alphas should never touch an Omega's glands. You must remember this no matter what. Yan was remembering that same lecture and trying to stop himself seeing this. Lotzio started shouting at him, hurry up! If you keep being this slow, then all the food in the cafeteria will be finished. Yan calmed himself, took a deep breath, and started thinking, 0%, 0%. Our pheromone match is absolutely 0, so nothing will happen. I just have to gather some courage. Somehow he finally managed to measure the collar after completing all the measurements. While entering the data, he said, the measurements are complete. Now you can go. But before you leave, give me your room number. Once your uniform is ready, I will send it there. As soon as he turned around to look at Lotzio, there was no one there. Lotzio had already disappeared without even listening to the rest of what he was saying. I came there and asked, is your work finished? I guess having a 0% match was enough? That alone guaranteed your safety today? Yan was still standing there in shock. He could not even answer him. Lee handed him the noodles he had brought for him and also placed 2 drinks in front of him. One peach-flavored and one lemon-flavored, then asked, which one do you want? Without even thinking, Yan immediately picked the peach-flavored drink. It looked as if it was his favorite because he found it very sweet. On the other side, we see Lotzio. As soon as he returned to the room with the food, his roommate excitedly said, you're back? Thanks for bringing the food for me. I prepared some drinks for you. Lotzio asked for a peach-flavored drink. But there was no peach drink left, so he had to take the orange-flavored one. His roommate looked confused and said, dude, do you actually drink things with your own scent? Don't tell me your peach pheromones are because you drink peach-flavored drinks, Lotzio replied. What kind of logic is that? I don't even like orange flavor. Its strong taste and bad smell are something I absolutely hate. While saying that, he was still drinking it. His roommate laughed and said, but you're still drinking it. Your body can't lie. Being an Omega is actually pretty good. During this special period, we don't even have to go to school. And I don't have to attend military training either, Lotzio replied. Yeah, you're right. Only the 2 of us are sharing this room. I heard there are rooms where 4 students have to stay together. His roommate nodded. That's true. As soon as they opened the food boxes, both of them made disgusted faces after seeing the food. His roommate asked, are you sure this was the best food available tonight? Lotzio replied. I'm not sure either. Honestly, it already looked weird. I didn't even want to buy it. But this was the only thing left in the cafeteria. That's why I had no choice. Even the instant noodles were sold out, he encouraged himself. Whatever happens, let's just try it. Maybe it tastes good. The moment both of them took a bite, The taste was so horrible that they immediately had to spit it out while both of them were complaining about how terrible the food was. Lotso suddenly received a message from Yan and asked, "What's your room number? You ran away before telling me." The moment he got the room number, he immediately replied that he would send the uniform there as soon as possible. Lotso instantly turned red with anger and started shouting at the phone. "Hey, where are you going? Come back here." "I haven't finished talking yet." At the same time, he sent him a picture of the food and wrote, "Look at this. This is the same food you recommended to me," Yan replied. "I didn't think you would actually go and buy it." Hearing that made Lotso even angrier, but somehow he controlled himself and simply replied, "I'm going to kill you," seeing Lotso so angry. Even his roommate became scared and nervously asked, "What happened now?" Lotso replied, "Nothing. I'm just arguing with an idiot." After that, both of them started looking for something else to eat. Luckily, they found a few snacks, so they somehow managed with those instead. Lotso was still thinking about something. With an evil smile, he sent Yan a few messages. One of them contained a childhood photo where Yan was crying, along with the message, "Since you helped me today, I'm giving you this gift. It's okay. You don't have to thank me." Seeing that picture, a smile appeared on Yan's face. He replied, "I thought you wouldn't remember what happened in childhood because you were very little back then. But I guess competing with me has always been fun for you." He then sent another message. "Come outside, your delivery has arrived," Lotso replied. "But I didn't order anything, wait." "What are you doing here?" After going outside, he saw Yan standing there with a military uniform and some food in his hands. Yan handed everything over to him and said, "I did not come here on my own. I was forced to come because no one in my class was free. What happened with the food was completely my fault. You can keep this as compensation. I promise something like this will never happen again," seeing him behave so politely. Lotso started thinking to himself, compensation? What kind of ridiculous thing is that? Did his personality suddenly change? At the same time, he could smell the pheromones around him. The scent was so pleasant that deep inside he became very excited. But without showing much reaction in front of Yan, he simply accepted his apology. Lotso then said, "Now that you have admitted your mistake, and we have both become tired of fighting all these years, how about we stop all of this and just live like normal schoolmates?" Yan became silent for a moment, then replied, "Let's talk about this next time. I have to leave now," after saying that he turned around and started walking away while leaving. Lotso's eyes fell on the bag in Yan's hand. Inside it, there were watermelons and several drinks. Seeing them, he started wondering. Why did he buy so many sodas and watermelons? Making a face, he muttered, "He is just like a cockroach. He keeps coming back into my life again and again. If he does not want to end this war, then fine. Let it be that way. It is not like he can actually do anything to me." After this, we see the next day's scene. Lee was looking for Yan, but he could not find him in the student council room or even inside the classroom. After asking another student, he found out that the cumulative training for the 10th grade had already started. One student laughed and said, "I hope it does not rain today. We trained under the hot sun. They should also suffer the same way." Another student said, "I just want to sit there eating watermelon while watching them." A female student looked outside through the window toward the field and said, "Just look at that handsome guy. It seems he came fully prepared." Lee immediately understood that she was talking about Yan. He looked outside through the window and said, "No wonder I couldn't find him anywhere. Let me go outside. I need to make sure he is not planning something again." Now we move to the training ground where everyone was going through intense military training. At that moment, Yan appeared in front of the same team where Lotso was standing, carrying several things in his hands. Seeing him there, Lotso could not understand why he had come at this time. On the other side, Yan calmly placed all his things on the ground, then casually sat down on the field and kept looking only at Lotso. Seeing this, Lotso started muttering angrily, "Why are you sitting in front of us and staring at me like that?" The instructor noticed him and immediately punished him by making him stand in the attention position for 5 minutes. Even while being punished, he was extremely angry and kept thinking, "Damn it! All of this is Yan's fault. Is he really so free that he has nothing better to do than come here?" The weather was already very hot, and on top of that, he was being punished. Because of that, he became very thirsty. He just wanted the training to end as quickly as possible so he could return to his room, drink soda, and eat watermelon. Meanwhile, Jan picked up an orange-flavored soda from the things beside him and deliberately started shaking it. Seeing that, Lotso wondered, what is he planning now with a big smile on his face? Jan slowly opened the soda right in front of him. The chapters end here. In today's chapter, the moment Lotso saw that, his anger exploded. He clenched his fists tightly and thought, now I understand why yesterday he did not agree when I suggested ending this war. He has been waiting for this exact moment. Seeing Lotso's face burning with anger, the instructor shouted at him again. Increasing his punishment from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, the instructor said, pay attention here. What exactly is distracting you so much? Inside his heart, Lotso kept telling himself to stay focused, then desperately started looking everywhere except toward Jan so that his attention would shift. Just then he noticed a stick lying on the ground and immediately fixed his eyes on it. At that moment, Lee came over to Jan and asked, what are you doing here? I have been looking for you everywhere. Then he noticed that Jan was deliberately drinking the soda while making sure Lotso could clearly see. Lee sighed and said, why are you provoking him again? Jan replied innocently. When did I provoke him? I only came here to check whether his uniform fits properly, but judging from Lotso's expression, it definitely did not look that way. He was completely in attack mode. Only holding himself back because of the class seeing this, Lee laughed and said, you're right. I can already tell you planned all of this since yesterday, Jan immediately replied. Hey, I'm not that evil. I just came here to sit. Besides, there wasn't much work in the student council today. While saying that, he neatly arranged everything he had brought in front of himself. There were many bottles of soda along with several watermelons. Soon the smell of food spread everywhere. Seeing this, Lee shouted, hey, what are you doing? However, Jan only had a calm little smile on his face. Lee could not help thinking, looking at him, it doesn't seem like he regrets any of this even a little. Not only Lotso, but the members of the other teams had also started looking toward them. Yen picked up a slice of watermelon, held it out toward one student, and asked, would you like one? The student stretched out his hand to take it, but the moment he noticed everyone staring at him with murderous eyes, he immediately froze. Those killing stares frightened him so much that he quickly pulled his hand back and said, no, it's okay. You eat it yourself. I suddenly remembered I have something to do. I'll leave now. At that moment, Jan turned toward Lotso, held out the tray with a bright smile, and silently asked through gestures, do you want some? The moment Lotso saw that, the last bit of his patience disappeared. Inside, he had already exploded like a bomb, keeping a smile on his face. He slowly said, today you're finished, but Jan was completely unaffected by his anger. He simply continued eating while intentionally showing it to him, seeing the atmosphere. The poor student quietly began taking small steps backward, trying to move farther and farther away from them. Because Luo Jiao and Ziyan kept teasing each other. Another fight started. Luo Jiao grabbed a broom and chased Ziyan all over the campus, shouting, if you have even a little courage, then stop right there. But Ziyan had no intention of stopping. They kept running like that until both of them were completely exhausted. Yet Luo Jiao still refused to stop chasing him. Ziyan ran toward his dormitory building, while Luo Jiao continued following right behind him. When Ziyan finally reached his room after struggling to get there, Lee looked at him and said, I really didn't think you would make it back alive today. While saying that, as soon as Lee looked behind Ziyan, he saw the same broom that Luo Jiao had been carrying around the entire day. Luo Jiao glanced at Lee, who had just come out after taking a shower, and the smell of pheromones was coming from him. Then Luo Jiao gently patted his shoulder as if he was comforting him. Seeing that, Lee asked, hey, what are you doing? Just then, someone shut the door from behind. It was none other than Luo Jiao. The broom was still in his hand, wearing a creepy smile. He said in a very calm voice, Ziyan, now you're finished. The moment he finished speaking, he hit Ziyan hard with the broom, honestly. That one hit almost took the poor guy's soul away. After thoroughly beating Ziyan, Luo Jiao was about to leave when the dorm supervisor saw them. She was shocked after seeing Ziyan's condition and quickly asked, what is happening here? But when she noticed Luo Jiao, she asked, what is an Omega doing inside the Alpha dormitory? Didn't you see the notice outside the building? It clearly says Omegas are not allowed to enter here. A little later, both of them were standing outside as punishment. Luo Jiao kept hiding his face. By now, the whole school already knew that an Omega had entered the Alpha dormitory. Everyone kept looking at him while talking among themselves. What kind of Omega could possibly have that much courage? Soon everyone started discussing the two of them again, wondering just how much they hated each other that they had already caused such a huge scene on the very first days of school. Then Lee began telling everyone their entire history, explaining how every single time they met, they always ended up fighting. The sun was extremely strong where they had been made to stand. Someone suggested, "Why don't we at least give them an umbrella? After all, Xian is the face of our dormitory. What if he gets tanned?" Lee happily decided to tease both of them a little and carried an umbrella over to them, quietly asking, "Have either of you eaten anything? If you have your meal card, give it to me. I'll bring some food." Xian accepted the umbrella and replied, "I never even got time to eat. My meal card is in my pocket." "You can take it." But Luo Jiao refused immediately. "I didn't even bring my meal card." "So I'm not eating anything." Lee smiled and replied, "Then just use Xian's meal card. He can afford it." The moment he finished speaking, he immediately ran away before getting caught in another fight between the two of them. After Lee left, Xian looked around, then quietly opened the umbrella. Afterwards, he told Luo Jiao, "You can stand here too. You've been standing in the sunlight for a long time." Luo Jiao made an annoyed face. But after a few moments, he quietly stepped under the umbrella as well. Even while standing under the same umbrella, both of them deliberately kept their faces turned away from each other. Just then, someone asked from behind, "Were both of you punished to stand here under the sun?" As soon as they turned around, they saw their teacher standing there. Both of them greeted him at the exact same time. Seeing that, the teacher became very impressed. "Even while being punished, neither of you forgot your manners. I'm sure you two can stop fighting. You only need a little guidance." Then he continued, "You are both still young, so why do you fight so much? Your school days are very short. Before you even realize it, they'll be over. These are the days that become your most precious memories. If the two of you make peace with each other, then I'll let you go right now." At that moment, the teacher noticed the drink in Xian's hand. He said, "Luo Jiao just finished military training and he must be exhausted. Why don't you give this drink to him?" Hearing that, Xian simply handed the drink toward Luo Jiao. "You can have this. After this, everything will be even between us." Luo Jiao immediately glared at him in anger. However, when he noticed the teacher watching them with shining eyes full of expectation, he controlled himself and accepted the drink. A huge smile immediately appeared on Xian's face. The teacher happily said, "Very good. I'm glad both of you are learning from your mistakes." Inside his heart, the teacher proudly thought, "This is the first time I've successfully helped two students reconcile. Today is truly a wonderful day, thanks to me. A pure friendship has finally begun between these two." Meanwhile, Xian was only hoping that somehow Luo Jiao would stay calm. Luo Jiao opened the drink. Finally, "I can drink something." But the moment he opened the can, the soda exploded violently. Startled, Luo Jiao shouted and instantly pointed the spraying can toward Xian's face. "You idiot. Honestly, it wasn't even Xian's fault. Because they had been running around the entire day, the soda had shaken itself up. The teacher, who had just helped them reconcile, watched everything happen in front of him. His mouth remained completely open. What is happening now? The surrounding students also began talking. We studied about 0% pheromone compatibility in class, but after seeing these two, now we truly believe it. People with 0% pheromone compatibility can never live peacefully together." Everyone laughed while discussing them. Then someone suddenly stopped and said, No. We shouldn't talk about Xian like that. He's the face of our dormitory." Meanwhile, Xian was completely soaked because of the soda. The entire can had become empty. Luo Jiao never got a single sip of water. Yet after seeing Xian's condition, it became difficult for him to stop laughing, pretending to be completely innocent. He reached toward Xian's hair and started removing imaginary leaves. "Oh my. How can you be so careless?" Then he picked up the empty soda can and asked, "Where did you buy this soda? It's actually pretty amazing." Looking at him, Xian smiled and replied, "You're right. It really is amazing." Although he sounded like he was talking about the soda, in reality, he was talking about Luo Jiao. Then he smiled even wider. Luo Jiao, you still have military training tomorrow, right? Then tomorrow I'll bring the exact same soda for you again. Seeing that smile, Luo Jiao froze for a moment. The chapter ends here. In today's chapter, we see, as soon Luo Jiao noticed the sparkle inside Xian's eyes. As if he had already prepared another plan, Luo Jiao's head started spinning. Do you seriously think I'll believe you? I know you very well. Maybe I didn't beat you properly before. I should have beaten you a little more. When the teacher saw Luo Jiao looking toward the broom again, he immediately moved the broom behind himself. Forget it, this really isn't such a big issue. You two can start over again. Just then, Li arrived carrying food. Seeing all three of them standing together, he became completely shocked. I just watched another drama between these two upstairs. I only went to get food and everything has already started again. I hope the teacher isn't scolding them. Thinking that, he hurried over to rescue them first. He handed both of them their food, then smiling brightly, he said to the teacher, "Sir, please don't worry at all. These two are actually very good friends. They're just joking around together." Yesterday, Xian personally took Luo Jiao's measurements. Then he even delivered his uniform himself. And now he even ordered food for him using his own meal card. Hearing that, the teacher finally felt relieved. Then that's wonderful. Since everything has been settled, both of you may leave now. Li immediately apologized to the teacher on behalf of both of them. Then he turned toward them. "Lunch break is almost over. Hurry up." "Let's go." Li took Xian away with him. Meanwhile, another teacher took Luo Jiao with him. The two of them left in completely opposite directions. After returning, Xian took a long shower because Luo Jiao's pheromone scent was still lingering all over his body. However, even after showering for a long time, Luo Jiao's scent refused to disappear. Finally, scratching his head, he came out. "Looks like I can't get rid of this smell." As soon as he stepped outside, Li asked, "Xian, who exactly is this Loosely?" The moment he heard that name, Xian quickly grabbed the card from Li's hand. "Give that to me and never say that name again. His name is actually Luo Jiao if he ever hears you calling him that. You're finished. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience." Meanwhile, back inside Luo Jiao's room, his roommate looked at the huge broom and asked, "Couldn't you find anything else to keep on the balcony?" Luo Jiao casually replied, "I found it lying on the ground. Somehow it naturally ended up in my hand." When he opened the food that Li had brought, he actually liked it a lot. He happily finished eating it. After that, he even sent Xian a message. "Because of this food, I've forgiven you," Xian replied, "but I wasn't the one who brought it." Reading that, Luo Jiao answered, "Fine then. I'll forgive you some other time." Just like that. They started bickering through messages again, Xian reminded him. "Don't forget, we've both been punished to clean the ground for 2 days." Luo Jiao replied, "It wasn't only me who hit you, I punished you together with me." At that moment, Luo Jiao's roommate asked, "I'm about to wash clothes. If you have any dirty clothes, give them to me." Luo Jiao handed over his uniform as well. His roommate threw the uniform together with all the other clothes into the washing machine. The next morning, early in the morning, Xian called Luo Jiao, still half asleep. Luo Jiao answered the call. Immediately, Xian shouted, "Where are you? Why haven't you reached here yet?" Hearing Xian's voice first thing in the morning instantly made Luo Jiao angry again. As he slowly opened his eyes, he realized that Xian had accidentally started a video call. The moment he saw that, Luo Jiao shouted angrily. Xian hadn't done it on purpose. After Luo Jiao shouted, he moved the phone slightly away from his ear, and at that moment his eyes landed on the screen. The moment he clearly saw Luo Jiao, he became completely stunned. He couldn't take his eyes off him, honestly. Luo Jiao looked unbelievably beautiful like that. Embarrassed, Xian immediately lowered the phone. "Why did I start a video call?" After taking a deep breath, he calmed himself down and returned to his usual expression. Then he switched the camera and showed Luo Jiao. "Look, I've already cleaned my half. Your side is still left. Hurry up and clean it." Still rubbing his eyes, Luo Jiao replied, "Fine. I'm coming right now. Just wait a little. I only need to take a shower first." A little later, he arrived carrying the same broom. He saw Xian waiting while pretending to read a book. Walking over, Luo Jiao said, Didn't your mother teach you that pretending to study like this is completely useless? Xian answered immediately. Didn't your mother teach you that when you talk like this? You actually look very cute. Luo Jiao quickly noticed that Xian was holding the book upside down. He wasn't reading at all. He was only pretending. Without wasting another second, Luo Jiao started mocking him. You're trying way too hard to look cool. Having been caught? Xian quietly closed the book. Fine, go do your work. By the way, yesterday you completely ruined my uniform. That's why today I had to wear the 11th grade uniform. I didn't have another spare one. Luo Jiao immediately burst into laughter. You know they deduct your marks if you don't wear the correct uniform. Right, Xian sighed. That's entirely your fault. Still laughing? Luo Jiao replied, You're the stupid one. Don't blame me. Don't you know you should always keep more than one uniform? Emergencies can happen any time. He happily kept spinning around while saying that. Just then, he suddenly heard the sound of cloth tearing. His cheerful expression instantly turned into anger. What was that just now? When he turned around, he saw that Xian had completely torn Luo Jiao's uniform apart using a stick. Meanwhile, Xian laughed. Nobody knows. Accidents can happen any time, right? Surprisingly, Luo Jiao remained completely calm. It's fine, I have 2 uniforms anyway. Nothing will happen. However, when he returned to his room that evening, he heard his roommate screaming loudly. He rushed inside to check what had happened. The moment he saw the scene in front of him, his breathing stopped. Because all of their clothes had been washed together, his spare uniform had also been completely ruined. It was only the 3rd day of school. Yet Luo Jiao, the 10th grade representative, no longer had even a single uniform left. He had fallen into a huge problem in only a few days. He had to give a presentation in front of the entire school, something that couldn't be done without a proper uniform. And arranging a brand new uniform in such a short amount of time was almost impossible. The chapter begins right from the moment Lu Zhou's uniform gets completely ruined. The moment he sees it, his breath literally stops. His hands freeze as he tightly grips the uniform, his eyes shaking in shock. No, this can't be happening, he mutters, almost on the verge of tears. On the other side, his roommate is also holding his own uniform, looking just as devastated. I don't even know what happened here. Maybe the color ran off because of that cheap quality uniform, he says, sounding frustrated, but Lu Zhou suddenly snaps, No, that's not possible, he yells while quickly grabbing his phone. We have the right to defend ourselves. I'm going to complain about this right now. Meanwhile, Yan takes a look at the picture Lu Zhou sent and immediately replies, Holy crap, don't you even have common sense? You're supposed to wash white and dark clothes separately. And even if you complain, it won't change anything. The school doesn't care about quality. As long as the military uniform looks good, they're fine with it. Then he casually adds, Anyway, I'm going back to studying. You're distracting me. And just like that, he cuts the call. Lu Zhou is still standing there in shock. His roommate looks at him and asks, What did he say? Lu Zhou replies softly, Nothing. But his face slowly turns completely helpless as he starts tearing up again. I had an accident in the evening. My only uniform got ruined. This was the last one I had left. What am I supposed to do now? I have to give a speech under the national flag on Monday. At that moment, an idea suddenly pops into his head. His eyes light up. Hey, can I borrow your uniform? He asks excitedly. But his roommate immediately replies, Your height is way taller than mine. I don't think it'll fit you, just like that. His excitement dies instantly. Damn it, I already asked everyone in class. Nobody has a spare uniform, he says frustrated. His roommate suggests, maybe you should try bleaching it. Maybe something can be saved. An hour passes. We see both of them still trying everything possible. But nothing works. The uniform is still ruined. Lu Zhou breaks down again, holding it tightly. One is already gone, and the second one has stains that won't go away, and my speech is literally about how our outfit should be perfect. He looks completely hopeless now. His roommate suddenly suggests, Why don't you borrow a senior's uniform? Lu Zhou pauses. A senior? And then suddenly it clicks in his mind. I know someone who still has his previous year's uniform. He immediately thinks of Yan. Meanwhile, we shift to Yan's classroom. The teacher is explaining about alpha pheromones. Until graduation, you must be very careful. During this phase, pheromones are unstable. Control your emotions so you don't hurt anyone. Yan is sitting there, fully focused on studying. At that moment, Lujo sends him a message. Wow, you're seriously studying? Lujo is literally peeking into the classroom from outside. Yan ignores it. A few seconds later, Lujo peeks again, more impatient this time. Still no response, Yan calmly continues studying, and then Lujo suddenly hits him on the head from behind. Yan freezes. He slowly turns around while holding his head. Who did that? And the chapter ends here.